Hey guys, it's Mike, and today we're just gonna have some conversations. I'm not gonna put up any graphs or anything like that. I'm just gonna talk to you guys about certain things. I want to talk about first the crypto market and this situation that's been going on. If you look at the media and different pundits out there, people are calling it a bloodbath. They are saying all sorts of things, and in some ways, you can say yes, this is a bloodbath. But at the same time, let's think about this. December, Bitcoin around almost 20 grand. It actually was above 20 grand for a little bit. And then now this is, toward the end of January, and we're sitting at about $1,100, $1,200. So it has gone down. And so have the other cryptos and tokens, but they're kind of all tied into each other. So if one goes up, they're all going to go up. A good friend of mine's told me this, that you got to think about the cryptos like boats. And when the water rises, they're all going to float. The only difference is the size of the boat. But as the water goes up, they go up. As the water comes down, they go down. It's kind of a nice analogy to kind of think about it, because that's exactly what they do. But as far as it being an actual bloodbath, like this is the end of crypto, the bubble has popped, remember that this same time last year, crypto was sitting, the Bitcoin itself was sitting at $1,000, I think less than that. And it's still sitting at 11,000. That is huge. So don't be dismayed. I also want to talk about, cashing out. There's nothing wrong with taking winnings. If you bought in low, take some winnings. At the very least, pull out the capital that you had put in and then play with house money. After that, what do you care? It's free money you're playing with. Take out your wins. There's different ways of doing that too. You can do that and actually cash out the fiat, but then you have tax implications. Or you can do the kind of things that some people do and transfer your crypto into bullion, like gold and silver. In which case you kind of bypass that, and you could always sell it for cash later on if you really need the cash, or you just put it away for a later date. There's this year, toward the end of the year, probably 2019, we're going to see some good moves in silver and gold. And maybe, you'll actually make a killing if you did this. But don't be afraid to cash out. I mean, I understand the whole, HODL thing and the holding on for dear life, hodling. I don't quite completely believe in that, because yes, I believe in the technology and I want the technology to succeed. But at the same time, you got to make profits. You just can't sit there and be like, oh, what if it goes up? What if it goes down? If you're up, it doesn't matter. You leave something in there, let it go back up and buy in again. And just keep buying in. Do it on a weekly basis, on a bi-weekly basis, on a monthly basis. That's dollar cost averaging. So in the end, you're always going to gain something, whether it goes up or it goes down. But you also have to think, what if it sits at a low, low price for a year, for two? What if it goes up the next day? Who knows? All that matters is that you don't end up with nothing. And while your money is tied up in the crypto system, you have nothing. If you don't hold it, you don't own it. That's just a way of life. So you got to keep that in mind. As far as silver and gold, excuse me, guys, sorry about that. We have some good things that are happening. The dollar itself is starting to lose a little bit of more value than usual. I think it's down 2%. And when that happens, you tend to have higher gold prices and higher oil prices, and by extension, higher silver prices. There's also a lot of other things that are going to play. The petro yuan is gonna start ramping up, which they're gonna be trading oil within the BRICS nations and being able to cash out for gold and things of that nature. So that's gonna be really good for gold and silver. All the big countries out there outside of Western nations are still stacking gold, and there's a reason for it, because in this world there are two things that have value, two true things that have value in this type of world: gold and oil. Everything else, cryptos, is for the masses. Silver is for the masses. But the top people, the big players, is gold and oil, because that is true wealth. outside of knowledge, of course. But you can't really trade knowledge for something. In most situations, if you could, that'd be awesome. But you can trade gold, you can trade oil, and you can trade everything else. But the big guys have those things. As far as oil goes, the best you can do is oil contracts and things of that nature. But again, don't hold it, don't own it. And it's kind of encumbersome and not, not something you can make a reality to just sit there and stock oil drums in your yard or in your garage and just fill them up so you can have oil, because that doesn't make any sense. You can do that with gold though, and you can do that with silver. So keep all these things in mind. Don't be dismayed. Take your winnings. Don't be afraid to take winnings. If you bought, let's say, Ripple at 20 cents and it's sitting at $1.60 right now, you can sell some of it and you made a profit. Same thing goes for Bitcoin. You bought Bitcoin at $1,000. It's $11,000. Take out the $1,000 you put in and let the rest of it ride. What's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that. So take your winnings. Move forward. There'll be more videos to come. Dislike, like. Don't forget to share. And I'll see you guys soon.